What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you love classic American muscle, iconic soundtracks of pure horsepower, and the timeless beauty of automotive perfection, then make sure to hit that subscribe button right now, because today we're diving deep into a legend, the 1965 Ford Mustang Fastback GT350H. This isn't just a car. It's a piece of history, a symbol of rebellion, and one of the most desirable collector's items in the world. So buckle up, because this is going to be one luxurious ride through time and power. Now let's start with what made the 1965 Mustang GT350H so special. Back in the mid-60s, Ford had already changed the automotive world with the release of the original Mustang in 1964. But then, Carroll Shelby, the man who turned race cars into legends, stepped in and created something entirely different. The GT350 was born. The H in GT350H stands for Hertz, as in the Hertz Rent-A car company. Yes, you could actually rent this beast for a weekend. Imagine being in 1965, walking into a Hertz counter, signing some paperwork, and driving away in a black and gold Shelby Mustang. That's the kind of story that made car enthusiasts fall in love for generations. The GT350H wasn't just about looks. It was built to perform. Under that long sculpted hood sat a 289 cubic inch V8 engine, a small block masterpiece that delivered 306 horsepower. In an era where 200 horsepower was considered strong, this car blew minds. Every press of the throttle sent shivers down your spine with that raw, metallic roar that only an old-school carbureted V8 could produce. No artificial sound, no fake exhaust tone, just pure mechanical music. The 1965 Fastback body was already a work of art. The sweeping roofline that flowed smoothly into the rear gave it that unmistakable Fastback silhouette. Shelby's touch took it to another level. Fiberglass hoods with functional scoops, racing stripes running from nose to tail, and the iconic G350H badging that made every car enthusiast turn their head. The black paint contrasted with those gold stripes, a combination that screamed both luxury and aggression. It was elegant and wild at the same time, like a tuxedo hiding a fighter underneath. Inside, the cabin of the GT350H was minimal but purposeful. You didn't have digital screens or comfort-focused gadgets. You had a wood-rimmed steering wheel, simple analog gauges, and seats that held you tight when that V8 came alive. The moment you turned the key, the engine's rumble reminded you that this car wasn't meant for quiet Sunday drives. It was built for the open road, for smoky burnouts, for the sound of rubber screaming against asphalt. Shelby and Ford only built around 1,000 of these cars for the Hertz program. They were meant for executive rentals, but enthusiasts quickly figured out what they had access to. Stories spread about people renting these cars, taking them to the drag strip, racing them hard all weekend, and returning them Monday morning with the tires nearly destroyed. It became legendary. The Hertz Shelby wasn't just a rental, it was a ticket to a wild weekend of performance dreams. Let's talk performance numbers for a second. 0 to 60 in about 6.5 seconds might not sound earth-shattering today, but in 1965 that was lightning fast. The top speed touched around 120 miles per hour, which on biased ply tires felt like flying. The handling was tuned for racing. Shelby had stiffened the suspension, upgraded the brakes, and tuned every detail for maximum track performance. It wasn't a car for comfort, it was a car for thrill. Every bump, every corner, every shift reminded you that this machine was alive, mechanical, and demanding respect. But the GT350H wasn't just about performance. It was about attitude. It was about showing the world that American cars could compete with Europe's best. The Mustang Fastback GT350H represented that golden era when cars were built from passion, not spreadsheets. Every bolt, every weld, every roar of that V8 came from people who loved driving. This car captured the American dream, freedom, speed, and individuality in steel and gasoline form. Today, the GT350H is one of the most collectible Mustangs ever made. Finding one in pristine condition can cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars, and even then, collectors will fight for it. Each black and gold beauty carries decades of stories of race tracks, highways, and weekend warriors who lived out their dreams behind the wheel. These cars didn't just move people physically, they moved them emotionally. They inspired generations to fall in love with driving. Imagine walking up to one today. the gleaming black paint reflecting the light like a mirror, the gold stripes gliding over the curves, the polished chrome catching every glint of the sun. You grab the door handle, that solid metallic click, and slide inside. The smell of leather, gasoline, and nostalgia hits you instantly. You turn the key and that legendary 289 V8 comes to life, growling like it remembers every mile it ever conquered. You press the gas, and the car lunges forward with raw mechanical strength, no traction control, no computer babysitting, just you and pure power. The sound, the vibration, the feel of the steering, everything about it is analog perfection. The GT350H doesn't just drive, it talks to you. It tells you when it's happy, when it's angry, when it's ready to run. It's not just transportation, it's an experience, a time capsule from when cars were wild and free. And here's the thing, even though it's nearly 60 years old, the GT350H still turns heads wherever it goes. Park it next to modern supercars and people still crowd around it. That's the power of timeless design and authentic character. No screens, no hybrid systems, no EV silence, just that unmistakable symphony of pistons, valves, and gasoline. It's a rolling reminder that sometimes less is more and real emotion can't be programmed. For car lovers, the 1965 Fastback GT350H isn't just a car to admire, it's a legend to aspire to. It represents a time when driving was pure and passionate, when the open road felt infinite, and when every mile felt like freedom itself. So if you've ever dreamed of owning a true piece of American performance history, this car is it. The GT350H is more than chrome and horsepower. It's a living, breathing story. It's proof that icons don't fade, they evolve, inspire, and endure. What's up, everyone? Make sure to subscribe to my channel because we've got even more legendary rides coming your way. From vintage icons like this to the latest futuristic beasts, we're exploring the best of the best in automotive art. Drop a like if the sound of a Shelby V8 gives you chills. Comment your dream classic down below, and don't forget, legends never die, they just roar louder. This is the 1965 Mustang Fastback GT350H, pure American soul, born from passion, speed, and power. Stay tuned and keep driving your dreams.